Baseball has officially burst. The last Scottish team exits European competition, and Rangers' last chance to win a trophy this season ends with the Coefficient Cup going up in smoke. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It finished Athletic Club Bilbao 2, Rangers 0. What the fuck, Man United have just made it 5-4.
I know it feels like we started the video and it was 4-2 Leon, but I don't care about Man United. It's all about Rangers, and it's over, man. And you know what? It's just a tragic state of affairs because you felt like last week at Ibrox, the 0-0, fighting hard to get that. Just for that tonight, man. And you know what? We'll get into the game. I didn't take notes. You didn't take notes. It was a live through the emotions, the penalties, the drama. But you know what? Rangers were it with a fucking whimper. There's nothing to fall back on. They're out the cup. They're out both cups. The league, they've been out the league since last June, as I predicted, right? It's absolutely all over. It's good night. Absolute good night for Rangers. And you're like, McCoy's just trying to pretend that, oh, it's been a great run. It's been a fantastic run. Has it really? I mean, am I putting Rangers in too high of a regard here, or should the Europa League quarter-finals not be a realistic game every season? I don't think it's a fantastic run. I don't.
No, it is decent, and I mean, it's not embarrassing. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, I wouldn't say it's a flop, but at the same time, I think the quarterfinals is about as far as you can go until you say, right, it's been a good European campaign.
Yeah, no, I totally
Quarterfinals of the Champions League would be a different story, but I think quarterfinals of the Europa League, that's kind of what you should be expecting, because to me that's roughly what I think Rangers and Celtic are. I think they're like a quarter-final team in the Europa League.
No, and I would agree with that. It's like you've got to hold these competitions to different standards at the end of the day, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, you know, getting beat 2-0 over two legs against Bilbao is the worst thing ever. But I don't think Bilbao were that good. Do you think Bilbao were that good? I don't think they were.
I mean, they're fourth in La Liga, so they're obviously no bad, but over the two legs, wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, but the season's over. I mean, Tav post-match, what do you make of this? Turning round and saying, right, that Barry Ferguson steadied the ship. Where is it? We're further behind Celtic, right? We feels like we go down 2-0 in every game. Would it be worse under Clement? It probably would be, but
would it though? No, I think we need to cut Clement a bit of slack here. To me, Barry Ferguson's not steadied the ship. People say, oh, he got a win over Celtic and he got a win in Europe. Let's not pretend that Clement didn't beat Celtic, and let's not pretend that Clement didn't get some good wins in Europe as well. Yeah, listen, Barry Ferguson, he did beat Celtic, right, and he beat Fenerbahce, but are you telling me you don't think Clement could have did the same?
I don't think he would have. I'm not saying he couldn't have, but I don't think he would have.
Well, Clement's Rangers beat Celtic 3-0, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think at Parkhead, the arse would have folded with under Clement.
Well, kind of folded under Barry Ferguson, because they almost let a 2-goal lead slip, so...
No, they almost did, and yeah, I'm not going to sit here and protect, but it's not much better, man. The claims of steadying the ship are wide of the remark. It's crazy, to be honest. But anyway, let's get into the game of football. The Coefficient Cup is over. There's no one left. Rangers were the last line of defence, and it's absolutely all over. Game begins. Bilbao have a few chances here or there. Rangers, Dessers. Let's just talk about the penalty. It's done. Like, the season's over. I think it's a penalty. I can't believe, right, that Dessers has actually had his entire, like, middle of the shirt ripped off, right? And they've not even checked it with VAR. And they're trying to spin it into some pish, right? About, the Rangers shirts are cheap. What? What? No. I think he's no gave it because, well, because I think they've rigged it for Bilbao, right? And Mourinho said it a couple of games ago, and I fucking agree with the guy. I think they haven't gave it because of that, and also Dessers had been going down easy up to that point, and I think when guys go down easy, they tend not to get decisions, and that is not it's not all Dessers' fault at the end of the day. It doesn't mean you should get screwed, but I think referees do factor that in. But I'm very adamant this should have been a penalty, and also it would have been a red card because he was not making any sort of attempt to play the ball. He just dragged the man. And if they go down to 10 men and Rangers get a penalty, we can't sit here and say it doesn't change the game.
Of course it does. Rangers take a man advantage.
Do you think it's a penalty though?
I do, aye.
I think it's a fucking disgrace.
I think it's 100% it's a penalty for me, aye.
You can't not. We're not talking.
It was more of a penalty than the one Bilbao got.
It's not a shirt. Not every shirt pull's a penalty. Of course it's not. But see when you literally rip the front of a shirt off in the penalty box, not playing the ball, and the guy goes down trying to get onto the end of the ball. I'm baffled. I mean, how do you not give this?
Yeah, it was. You don't give it because it was against Bilbao. Probably, I think that's.
No, I mean,
that's the reason.
This will probably get swept under the carpet, right? But could you imagine if this was in an Old Firm game and they didn't give this? Bloody heads would roll.
Yeah, heads would be swivelling.
They would be. But yeah, Rangers after this. I mean, Tierney had a shot for the halfway line. I thought Rangers in the final third were just very sloppy, man. All night, players going down injured. Yilmaz, Hadji, Balogun all getting taken off at different intervals of the game. And then they get the penalty. And for me, can I see why it's given? Absolutely, right? I'm not naive. I'm not stupid. But we have seen instances, right, where the exact same things happen and they give a free kick the other way because the Bilbao guys initiated the contact. It's corrupt to the core. That's what it is, man. But anyway, penalty given. And Oyan Sachet makes no mistake about it. He puts into, I think it was the bottom left-hand corner. 1-0. Bang, bang. Good night. That takes into half-time. And you know what? Like I said in my watch-along, if you offer the Rangers as soon as Robin Proper gets sent off at Ibrox, you'll be 1-0 down in the second leg at half-time, 11-11. Of course you'd have took that man over the two ties. Of course you would have took it. 1-0 in it accurate, man. Of course you would have. But then the second half begins, and what did Rangers do? It just wasn't good enough. Raskin hit the post. Dessers is shite. But did it scream a team that really needed to win?
No, didn't. Rangers just didn't show up.
They didn't, and it's like, oh, we'll rest everybody against Aberdeen. We'll throw the points away against Aberdeen, which is correct decision because there's fucking nothing to play for domestically. But that's it. There's nothing to play for domestically. There's no, we had a decent wee run in Europe, but at least we can fall back on that wee double we're going to win or that league title. There's nothing. It's over. Another trophyless season again. It's shite, and I'm sick of people trying to spin it into a positive and pretend that this is a fantastic run. It's fucking not, man. Absolutely not. And then Bilbao get their second goal. James Tavernier just switches off, man. DeMarcos to the back post. Nico Williams, 2-0, shite jobby. And then that's when Rangers start trying. That's when we start trying. That's when we start playing like three strikers up front. Not when we're 1-0 down with 10 minutes. The question is, right, they scored in the 80th minute, which meant there was 14 minutes left when you factor in the added on minutes. At what point do Rangers actually go for it 1-0 down?
Didn't feel like they did.
Yeah, but that's my point. Well, what point were they going to go for it? You need to go for it early, man. You can't. You go for it like the 60th minute, right? You don't fucking just. It's almost like you're just waiting for Bilbao to get the second goal, and then look, we tried. It's not good enough. Another trophyless season.
Or just trying to stay in the game and hope something happens, rather than trying to make something happen.
Hoping something happens no good enough. You need to actually make it happen. Rangers didn't. They crash out, shite. To me, the second half performance lacked that much fight. I'm not even gonna. I mean, will the title of this video probably have something to do with robbery? Aye, but all in all, it's not like Rangers solely lost this game just due to the penalty incident in the first half. The chances to sort it out, but they didn't. And that's where we're going to leave it, folks. Bilbao 2, Rangers 0. Scotland's last team falls in the quarterfinals. Do you think next season will be better, or is that all over?
Could be better. I mean, this season wasn't horrible by any means. Rangers got the quarters. Celtic made the playoffs, the Champions League.
Hearts fumbled.
I mean, there was some wins there for Hearts, Killing and St Mirren, but I do think all three clubs probably could have did better. I think Hearts probably had the most disappointing season. Knocked out of the Europa League playoff, only in the Conference League because they're guaranteed to be in it. They beat two really mediocre teams that it'd be harder not to beat, to be fair, and then just couldn't find the one win that they needed to go through. Aye, listen, it's been a decent campaign, I think, for Scottish teams. Not been great, but it's not been bad.
The run of the mill, and it could have been a game against Manchester United for Rangers, but sadly not. So yeah, Man United are through, Tottenham are through, and Rangers are out without laying a fucking finger on Bilbao. So until next time, peace.